we get experimental science. We're curious, non-judgmental.
Hey everyone, we're at the Georgia Aquarium today. Can't hear Lita? I don't think she said anything.
I haven't said anything. Hi, chat. It is very noisy in here, so I'm hoping these microphones are going to make it possible.
Hi, Mr. Levity.
Reasonable for everybody.
Lev, what kind of fish would you like? Lev, there's over 1,000 animals here, representing over 100 species. What would you like, Mr. Levity? Hi, Alfie Bean. Lev, it is the only home, North America, home to both whale sharks and largest fish in the world. Hello, Ramon. A killer whale? Not one here, Lev. Hi, Sixto Jesus. Lev, hi, Humbler John. Lev, the killer whale was a few days ago. We're gonna go try to find a window. Coming to go find the whale shark, chat. I don't know what Lita's doing. Yeah, Monty. Thank you, Lev. Yeah, Lev, going, checking out places each and every day. We got 2.5 weeks of IRL content for y'all. Oh, here we go. There you go, Munchkin. The Munch is very excited, y'all.
The largest has
Oh, Lev, Trey isn't here. Oh, we got a ray. We got a bunch of rays. Oh, there's a manta ray up high. Hi, Yogurt Garrel. You all see the giant manta ray right at the top of the screen? Whoa, there's a... Whoa, well, there we go, yeah.
Ocean Voyager is the largest.
Too bad it's not here, Tort, but you do have an emote of it.
This is probably my favorite exhibit.
You do have an emote for it, Tort.
I did see a whale shark circling around for a moment. Hopefully we'll get a good view of it. The whale shark is pretty extraordinary.
Yeah.
And it is not a whale, but fortunately it is a shark. Otherwise that name would be exceptionally confusing. It's a filter feeder, though, for those of you who are interested. It's the largest fish species living, actually, the whale shark. Given that it's called a whale shark and it's a filter feeder, you know, classification as a shark, I don't know. All right, I know that's not how taxonomy works, but still. Here, can I see this? Guys, I'm going to zoom out for a second so you guys can see. You guys can see the Munchkin. She's having a grand old time. She's trying to point out things to you guys. There are an incredible number of fish species that they have in here. I have my eye out. In addition to quite a few sharks, I have my eye out for some of my favorites. Oh, Munchkin sees something. She has some thoughts on what her favorites might be, chat.
What do you think, Munch? Yeah? Is that cool?
Is baby SciAnts allowed to swim with the creatures? I think not just yet. Not just yet. Oh! Can you guys see that? We have a whale shark making an appearance a little bit. I think we're gonna go into the cave tunnel, the water tunnel for a second. Maybe get a better view of a few things.
Now, by the way, if you want to ride the movie conveyor all the way on your left as you go through the tunnel, you're welcome to do so. Unless you have wheels.
Munchkin is cool enough for pants today. Indeed, she is. It is very well air conditioned in here. We even brought a sweater in case she gets cold. We'll see. So we're going into the tunnel. I don't actually know that this is what it's called, but it's the overhead, which is one of the things that this aquarium is known for. It's so loud in here, guys. I don't know if you can hear us.
Lita, we've got a shark right here.
Oh, we have a shark. Hang on. Ah! We have a shark. We have some really cool stuff. So many random shark things I want to talk to you guys about, but I'm a little worried that it might be hard. Ooh.
Okay, I have it.
I'm gonna.
It's only the 40.
I'm gonna tilt up for a minute.
That whale shark.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Agathor, welcome the heck in. I'm gonna just stand here for a minute or two and then we'll talk some science. Can you guys hear me with all of this noise?
But yeah, no, I already had my lunch last night.
Yeah, there's a good chance the signal doesn't survive through the tunnel. I'm hoping we're running on cell and Wi-Fi. You can hear, oh, that's amazing.
But also, probably going to be having one, just so you know on your
Right. I'm sure we'll do a few passes through here, you guys. This is usually where you can get some of the best views of the whale sharks. We have one coming up here.
Munchy.
So the whale shark is actually endangered right now for a variety of reasons, habitat loss being one of the main ones. I see SpongeBob. For those of you who are interested, overfishing or like improper fishing, like unsustainable fishing, is one of the reasons for a lot of sea life decline. It's not the only. Microplastics are a big problem. Ocean acidification. I mean, listen, trust me, there's a lot of stuff going against these guys, but if you're interested in eating sustainably sourced fish, the Monterey Bay helps curate a resource. I believe it's called Oh gosh, I just had it a minute ago. I think it's seafoodwatch.org by the Monterey Bay Aquarium. If you want to check what you're eating, if what you're eating is sustainable for the ocean systems, you can check that out. Story. All right, Glint's getting ahead of me, so I'm gonna just sneak ahead here. Glint is in his element, I know, right? I think maybe next time through we'll do a little fish identification. Could be fun. Used to have a fish tank in my office years ago. We had a dory fish, a yellow one called Homer, and some silly red thing that used to sift just as much orange. Well, it would be impressive and entertaining to have this kind of view, would it not? Oh, hang on. Can we get up here in time? The whale shark is doing some whale shark stuff, skimming the surface. The whale shark is a filter feeder. Which actually makes me a lot more comfortable. I feel like the great white shark is plenty big enough for me. Thank you very much.
Did you tell Cliff to hit it?
Cliff, hit it. Welcome the heck in. I have not played that one. I'm sure a lot of people here in chat have, though. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at what we have here. We have a few more sharks. So chat, some sharks have to keep moving in order to breathe. The hammerhead is one of those kinds of sharks. Some of them are better at gulping to keep air moving, not air, gosh, to keep water moving. You can see, I think, the gills moving here. Let me see. Can you guys see that? So that gulping is enough. Part of that depends on how oxygenated the water is. So the warmer water closer to the equator tends to be a little better oxygenated. Colder water, so deep sea sharks or sharks that are closer to the poles often are ones that might have to keep moving. But the hammerhead is one of these sharks. I think white sharks are another. Oh, we can see this guy's face though. Hang on. Mr. Levity, thank you so much for that sub. Thank you so much for that. So the question is, how do sharks sleep if they have to keep moving? And like I said, it's not all of them have to keep moving. These guys seem to be doing just fine. But how do they sleep? It's a little bit mysterious, but there was a study done on baby white sharks where they were tracking their movements. And what they found was they would go through these phases where they would start swimming in 30-meter circles, almost perfect circles, 30 meters for about a half an hour, swimming in one direction. And then they would suddenly change direction and start swimming, the opposite, counterclockwise versus clockwise, for instance. And that's been observed in migrating birds, apparently, as a way to rest. It's sort of similar to dolphins, how they'll rest half of their brain, and yet they're still able to have active breathing. That's one of the thoughts. That's one of the ideas. Because as best we can tell, animals need to sleep. Sleep is pretty fundamental. So how is it they're resting their brain? Oh, munchkin. We're gonna view the munchkin for a second. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too much spinning, guys. I'm trying to be a little more careful today. Tor, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Yeah, there is a lot of background noise. You go take care of yourself. We appreciate you popping in. It is very noisy. It's a lot more crowded than we were expecting today. We also forgot that it's Memorial Day weekend. So when we pulled in, we thought we're pulling in the middle of a weekday. Why is it so crazy here? Andrea, welcome the heck in. All right, you guys, I have my eye peeled. They have a couple of different species of unicorn fish. I have my eye out for one of those guys because I think they're hilarious. We'll see. They are saltwater, but I didn't bother to figure out which exhibit they're in.
You've got a bunch of rays above.
And we have some rays above us that we'll go look at.
I'm like right now.
We can see their underside. Let's maybe get a closer view. You guys can see their underside, that cute little mouth they have. They're just hoovering up stuff mostly from the bottom, these guys. Hoovering things up. All right. I think we'll orient ourselves. I've only been here a few times, and this place is truly massive. So I think we're just going to wander around for a bit and find some of the species that I know I'm particularly interested in finding. I mean, I love the sharks. We're definitely going to spend some time chatting about sharks, but we've just dropped behind the lint a tiny bit. And I'll probably hand you guys, we'll be handing back and forth, but I think the lint might be right we might be switching our mics on and off just so that we're keeping background noise down a little bit. Maybe if we get somewhere quieter, we can both chat, but holy moly, it is loud, you guys. Scary mouth if you're their prey like a crab. Yeah. So they don't have sharp teeth, but they do have strong teeth. They can, oh my gosh, you guys. Look at what we have here. Incoming whale shark. Ooh, sorry guys. Smikes, you don't think it'll be a problem if we're both talking? You don't think it's picking up more background noise? If there are two mics on? We have some rays here also, you guys. Ooh, a manta ray. Right now I'm just taking in the sights, guys. And then we'll get on back to the science. Oh my goodness, look at this. All right, let's see if we can get a seat somewhere. I'm going to zoom back out. That ray came in so majestically. I know. The rays are graceful little buggers, aren't they? We're just going to sneak through the crowds here, see if we can find a place to plop, and maybe we can start identifying a few species. Chatting a little shark science, maybe. I'm looking forward to the hammerheads. I think they might be in a different exhibit.
Put the stroller right there. I'm going to take her down close to the glass so she can see.
Okay. Bullet is taking Munchkin down front.
So one of the highlights of Georgia Aquarium, one of our 2 whale sharks.
Oh my gosh, you guys, there is a rock with Google eyes on it. It's probably not Google eyes, but hang on. We're gonna.
7 feet in length. However, whale sharks on average.
Do you guys see that?
Grow even bigger than that.
That's not just me, right?
There.
Those are eyes. Am I wrong? All right, we'll zoom back out. Hang on. Can you guys hear the announcer?
The female whale sharks will actually get up to lengths of
You think I'm hallucinating? It has kind of been that day.
And actually the longest
A screaming possum, welcome in.
We don't have her here, but she was actually 62.
You can all hear a little bit? Okay.
If you want a sense of scale for that, this window here right in front of you.
I will repeat any pertinent parts.
Across. So if that largest whale shark were here, she would take up this entire viewing window. That's
okay, so the biggest whale shark that they've identified or observed, documented, that they don't have here, would take up the entire length of this window or viewing area. It is hard. Let me sort of zoom out for you guys so you can get an appreciation for how big this is.
17 feet across. You might have seen them earlier in your journey.
You can kind of use the people for scale a little bit. It's massive.
Also looks into this habitat.
If they, Golden Neck, if they aren't eyes, they certainly ought to be. I know. Athena Cat, welcome in.
You might be wondering what's all that commotion. That is something we do for our animals here known as broadcast feeding. We have 2 methods for feeding: broadcast feeding, where we broadcast feed into the water for the animals to distribute among themselves.
All right, that's what they're doing up here in the corner is broadcast feeding. They're just releasing large amounts and it distributes. They do target feeding for a few species, like some of the sharks and the turtles that they have.
So for you, Sean, up there, that's going to be a red bucket.
So up in that corner, broadcast feeding is what they're calling it.
Which one to go to in order to get their food. But with that, you guys have absolutely any more questions about any of these?
So do you guys know
at Georgia Aquarium? My name is Mark.
What ocean snow is?
On the right-hand side.
Marine snow. Have you guys heard this? I think I just saw Ray pooping. Fair chance. They're going to do that quite a bit. So marine snow or ocean snow is bits of carcass debris and various marine animal poop slowly floating down to the great depths of the ocean. And there are a lot of animals that live off of it, like the vampire octopus. I think it's called a vampire squid, which is confusing. Anyway. Yeah, the deep sea creatures eat marine snow. Yeah. It's just such a gentle name for something that's a wee bit gross, no? The size of marine animals compared to us never ceases to amaze. Yeah. They definitely scale up, but then we also have some just extraordinarily tiny. There's such a big range of life in the oceans. If you show any squid or octopus, I'll have to bow, terribly afraid. We'll give you a heads up. I mean, assuming we know what we're looking at, we will definitely give you guys a heads up. I know some people have aversions to these various guys. I love cephalopods. I think they're ridiculous creatures. I think they might only have one though. I was looking at this. Again, I'm very team cephalopod. I think they only have the Great Pacific octopus. Literally terrified of anything squid-like. I gotcha. I'm guessing it's probably, oh, here we go. We have a green sea turtle. This aquarium does a lot of research, and it also participates in a lot of rescue programs. They've had a lot of success with a couple different turtle species. Earlier this year, they were able to do 2 big releases of rehabilitated turtles, which was really cool. So one of the only difference in fish that live in salt water versus fish that live in fresh water is their osmotic control. Fish that live in salt water have to worry about water rushing out of them. They just have to maintain their water level, essentially, the right way. You don't want too many electrolytes. Your cells can swell or they can dehydrate. Water moves depending on the concentration of salts internally and externally. And so there is a subset of fish, like the bull shark, salmon, and a number of other species. I think even some sturgeon. They're diadromous species, meaning they can go between fresh water and salt water. And the only thing really different about them from the species that can't travel is they have travel in between, is they just have these extraordinarily hyper-powered kidneys. It still can be very stressful for them transitioning. Herring, for instance, after their first migration, they get really rather ragged. It's like being in the aquarium without paying the entrance fee. Yeah, some eels can also go from salt to fresh water. That's true. There are a number. Generally, they're just called diadromous fish. There's subclassifications in there, but that's what it means. They can transition. They have really powerful kidneys. Amongst some other things. That's what they're most well known for, though. And it's a point of research for some scientists as well. This makes me wish I wasn't so far from the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Jaded Fairy, I would love to go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium someday. I've heard amazing things about it. Their research program is extraordinary. Oh, we're going to zoom down here because I see a wild munchkin. She's giving her dad a hard time. You guys see right in the center of the screen? Little Munchkin is, here we go. There we go. That's Munchkin right there. Whee! Way to go, Munchkin. NMG, welcome the heck in. Welcome the heck in. We have a few more shark species down here. I think there are a couple of different shark exhibits. Sharks are incredible, you guys. There's this rumor that's going around that sharks can't get cancer. And it's not true, unfortunately. But sharks are much less likely to develop cancer. Much less likely. Raiders! Raiders, welcome the heck in. Raiders, how was your stream? What were you guys up to? Thank you so much for popping in. We're still on field trip mode this weekend. Next, we're at the Georgia Aquarium talking some marine science, getting Munchkin out and about, exposed to a few crazy animals here. What were you guys up to? Pixel Cuts, how was your stream? I'm hoping you guys can hear me. It is so loud in here. I'm trying not to yell and disturb people around me, but holy moly. Yes, whale shark. Drawing Star Wars slimes today. Raid and run though. Oh, hey, listen, you go take care of yourself. It's always a pleasure for Raid. Thank you so much for dropping in, for trusting us with your community. I know somebody, we got that shout out. Belint's making sure things are getting done in addition to our beautiful mods. Ooh, we have some ray action happening over here too. Gosh, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about sharks, you guys, because there are a couple of shark species in here. So sharks actually, hang on, what shenanigans is occurring down here? We have a feeding possibly. We're gonna go check this out. I'm hoping Belint has our stroller. I think he moved it. We're going to just scoot on down here quickly. Yeah, Belint has the stroller. Oh, sorry guys. Thank you so much for that follow, Jesse Nothing. So I think I might go inquire to see what's going on. I'm going to give you guys back to Belint. I have some speculation, but I don't want to talk out of hand. So I'm going to go give you guys back to Belint. And we'll get some facts, and then we'll come back and talk about shark cancer, because why the heck not, right? Why the heck not? Can I hand this to you for a second? I want to go ask those folks a few questions. I can put her down. Here, I'll carry her. We'll swap mics. Chat, I'm going to turn my mic off for a sec.
Oh, hey guys, you should hear me now. Welcome, welcome everyone. Pixel Cuts, I hope you had a great stream. Welcome on in, y'all. I know, Mr. Lev, I know. You want Dr. Mrs. Science and not Dr. Mr. Science. I know, Lev, I know. We did have a sea turtle over there. Hi, Andrea. That's a very cool banana emote.
There are a couple. That's what they do. They bite on each other.
Andrea, how are you? I don't know if y'all were hearing the commentary, but they were saying that there's the largest whale shark that had ever been caught was 22 meters in length, and the length of this glass here is 22 feet in length. Thank you, Lev, for coming here. So we've got a bunch of different rays. The one I wanted to show y'all was the eagle nose ray. That's one of my favorite ones. There's also the manta ray in here as well, but the manta has been like a much better view in the other part of the case. Well, let's see if we can get one of those rays to come out.
Can I get a crazy shot of something real quick?
Yep.
Alright, let's trade again. Your mic is off.
Oh, well. Does it not charge?
Alright, hey guys. Oh, yeah, mine says at 34%. Hey guys. Valent was apparently talking to you, but his mic isn't working. So that happened. So we're going to go back over here. I conferred with the woman manning things. Let's see, did they take off those sharks we were looking at just a few minutes ago? I think they've gone off. Okay, so what we were watching was part of a courtship behavior. Sharks are very aggressive when they're mating. It's one of the reasons that the females actually have significantly tougher skin, and it's actually twice as thick as a male's skin. And that's in almost all species that they've looked at. Oh, you did hear him. Okay, well, good. It was flashing red, so we didn't know. I'm glad that it was on. And even so, even with their very tough skin, the females still get very serious injuries during mating, in addition to just rough and tumble life. But part of their life history, part of their life strategy is just very aggressive, and they frequently acquire significant wounds. And because of this, they've also evolved incredible healing capabilities. Extraordinary. It's like Wolverine without the adamantium and without the epic sideburns. One of the things that helps them heal so quickly, it is a whale shark. One of the things that helps them heal so quickly is they have this mucus coating on the outside of their skin, and it has antiviral and antimicrobial properties. So when they have a bad injury, when they have a big open wound, the mucus just goes in and fills up the cavity that it's created, and it acts like an antibiotic Band-Aid, essentially. There are a few other things going on also that help them heal much more quickly, but it makes them a lot more resistant to infection, which is important because they're swimming around in a stinky ocean. Cyborg Chop, thank you for that follow. Welcome the heck in. Welcome the heck in. So anyway, what we were seeing earlier was just the beginning of a courtship display or courtship process. And part of it is they just don't have any hands or anything to coordinate with each other. So there's a lot of biting. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to go see where Belinda is now. Donate a sub will you get some arm brands on and go swim with those lovely looking sharks. Hey, I would do it if they'd let me. I'm not sure they'd be down. I don't know, the aquarium staff would be cool with it. Hi, Munchkin. Do we want to move on for a bit? We'll loop back here, you guys. We'll loop back here. We're just going to pack up Munchkin and keep moving. She's a little fussy today. She's a little bit fussy today. And hopefully our mics are going to keep on keeping on. If not, we'll just find a place to charge them. Hold out for more subs. All right, guys, we're going to move on to another exhibit, but I'm sure we're going to come back here. I know they have hammerheads nearby. I think it's in a separate exhibit, and hammerheads have been pretty well studied. So there's some cool stuff going on with hammerheads. Of course. All right. Oh, yeah, there's a whole shark area. Look at that. See, I told you, it's been a really long time since I've been here, chat. We're sort of in the central area now. And they have different branches.
Let's go to the next area, the tropical river.
All right, tropical river. I was hoping to show you guys the moon jellies. I love jellyfish. They only have a few jellyfish here. They have sea nettles and moon jellies and maybe one other species, unless they weren't all listed on the website. And moon jellies are cool. They're really unusual because most jellyfish are spawners. We can talk about that. It's just how they breed. But moon jellies are actually brooders, which is a little bit unusual. Which means they don't just spontaneously release eggs and sperm into the water and hope that they all match up. Okay. We have a wide variety of fish here, you guys. Keep your eye out for the elephant nose fish. I don't know where it is, but I want to talk about one of its organs. It's called the schnozen organ. I'm not making this up. And I didn't name it. If I could have named it, that's exactly what I would have named it. Monterey Bay Aquarium's jelly cam stream. Monterey Bay does a fantastic job of having a lot of live cams on their different exhibits, which is fantastic for making things accessible. I would love to check out their aquarium, and they also do so much fantastic research there. But I don't want to put down the Georgia Aquarium, you guys. They do a lot of great research here also. Okay, let's keep our eye out for the long-spined porcupine fish. Oh, we have a lionfish. Ooh, it's loud. Do you guys see this lionfish? We're going to zoom in a little bit. And there should be moray eels somewhere nearby. Oh, I see one. Let's go check out this moray eel. All right, you guys, eels are freaking bonkers. Their bodies are so elongated. It's wild. Look at this. Can you guys see this? We have part of a moray eel. I think we have a head over here also. You can't see this. Oh, here we go. We have a moray eel down here.
Those things are alive. Oh, yeah.
There. We have a moray eel face. All right, so moray eels have these really extended bodies, really elongated bodies. And the way they do this is kind of interesting. Giraffe, if we think about animals that have like extended body parts, like really elongated spinal columns, you can think of giraffes. Giraffes actually have the same number of vertebrae in their neck. They have 7, same as humans. They're just a lot bigger and longer. Moray eels did something different. They have a ridiculous number of vertebrae, you guys. They have 132 vertebrae. It allows them to be a lot more agile. I mean, you could imagine humans have what? Well, let's see. Fish have between 20, depends on the species, between 20 and 30 vertebrae total. If they were to just make those a lot longer, to get this elongated body, they wouldn't be as maneuverable. They wouldn't be as twisty and windy.
Did you find that long nose buffer? It goes over there. It's right there going up the side.
Oh, we have a puffer. Oh, and we have another moray. Yeah, he keeps coming up here. We have another moray eel. And we have that puffer fish we were looking for just a minute ago. Let's check out Mr. Eel. Mr. or Mrs. Eel, I don't know. And there's that puffer right there.
Are you on Twitch?
Yeah. Here we go. And this is who we were looking for earlier, the puffer fish we were looking for earlier. Spinning around with his little spots.
Oh, yeah, I watch my
They have a lot of moray eels in here. I wasn't expecting that, but I like it. And then this little puffer, the long spine porcupine fish is what we were just looking at. And Valent has wandered away, so we're going to go towards him again. All right, guys, we're keeping our eyes peeled for the elephant nose fish. Really for no other reason other than I can talk about the schnoz and organ. We have another eel. I know they have electric eels here. They do have electric eels here. Elephant nose is a freshwater fish. I know, but I think that they have a freshwater. I think that part of it's not going to be in this area, but I think further around, is this not? Oh, and they have the sea nettles also. Sorry, guys, I got distracted by sea nettles. This is the tropical river something exhibit. So I was assuming if they're going to have fresh water, I was assuming they were going to have it farther along, but we'll see. Oh, we have white spotted jellies. Jellyfish have really interesting nervous systems. They're more like rings rather than a single solid brain structure. Princess Bookworm, welcome the heck in. Yeah, we are at the Georgia Aquarium. So most jellies are spawners when they're reproducing. It means they just release all of their genetic material out into the water in a synchronized fashion, hoping that egg and sperm are going to meet. And when they're in this phase, when they're in this adult jelly-looking phase, it's called the Medusa phase. And then eventually, if egg and sperm meet and all goes according to plan, they eventually float to the bottom and attach to the seafloor or a surface and become sort of a polyp. They can be mistaken for anemones sometimes. They just kind of look like little floaty, squishy things attached to the... Oh my gosh, here we go, guys. Iris storm. I know, aren't they, you guys? So these are Japanese sea nettles. Sea nettles have a pretty nasty sting. At least that's how they get their prey. And their sting is just a reflex. All it takes is one of these tentacles, one of the stinging cells, to come into contact with something. So it's not necessarily an intentional, that looks like a good meal, I'm going to go sting it kind of thing. It brushes against something. There's some kind of external force that it encounters, and that just triggers this stinging reflex of that particular cell. And I think it's in 2 milliseconds within touching, experiencing this force, the stinger has released, the cell opens, ocean water comes rushing in, and the needle protrusion injects whatever it was that made the mistake of touching it. Ramon, you picked up a few of these with a shovel. I imagine your dad would panic. Oh my gosh. There's also, it's been observed that some juvenile crabs might hitchhike on these guys. Okay, wait, I'm going to zoom in. Can you guys see this? This is what happens. It seems to be detangling itself, but this is one of the problems with all of these beautiful tendrils, is you can get caught up with yourself or with other jellies. And that is a good way to damage yourself. It seems like this one might be slowly untangling itself. So yeah, there are some, it's been observed juvenile crabs hitchhiking on these guys. And there are two ideas for why this is happening. One is they're just hitching a ride into different shallow water. They'll detach themselves at a certain point. But they've also been observed kind of nomming away on these guys. So they might also be getting a free meal. They're getting a ride and a free meal. All right, and I've lost the lint again. So we're going to go back. That was the Japanese sea nettle. Their diet is small fish, small crustaceans, and other jellies, if that other jelly is so unfortunate. Lost Valent, or is Valent lost? Okay, well, I guess I was wrong. This looks to be all salt water. But then tropical river exhibit is misleading. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Right. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. Pacific Barrier Reef.
Now, for everyone who's taking pictures here, let's play a little game here.
Anyone want to guess how many animals are in the average picture taken here at Reef Fall? 1,200.
You're fine. Go ahead.
500. All right, y'all. Folks, I heard the highest number I heard was 1,200 or 1,200. Still too low. Folks, we're going to be looking at about millions of animals in every picture taken here. Now, Nick, you might be wondering, how's that possible? I don't even see millions of fish here. Yes.
Oh, hang on. Who do we have? We have a unicorn fish, you guys. We do have a unicorn fish.
So not only is coral not
I'm going to sneak up on this guy. I'm going to sneak up. We got to get a view of this. Look at this unicorn fish. I've been looking for him. Come back here. Don't you sneak away on me. That is one of the unicorn fish. They have a couple species here.
And once those skeletons are established, the bulbs can use their stinging cells to recover any food that the fish don't eat. These stinging cells.
Okay, so that unicorn fish, why am I so excited? I mean, partly just because it's called a unicorn fish, but also what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on with its unicorn-like protrusion? The answer is scientists still don't actually totally know. Many species of these fish actually have chromatophores. They have specialized cells that they're able, color cells, pigment cells that they're able to use in mating displays, and they can change color very quickly. And when they're doing so, they will selectively highlight that protrusion. Their little unicorn horn, that's not a horn. So they think it's a part of, you know, territorial displays and mating displays.
They're very prone to climate change and human intervention.
Oh, hang on. Hi, Munchkin. We're going to get an... Yeah. Do we need it? You're going to charge it? Okay.
So when you wash it off in the shower, it's going to just dissolve in the water versus a chemical-based sunscreen.
My mic is low. I think it says it's at 34%. Chat, something happened with the charging last night of the microphone.
That's why I thought we can charge this one and switch it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Protect ourselves from the sun, the UV rays. Now this is great for us.
I know we have some weird reflections here, guys. We have some weird reflections.
Because as I said earlier, the coral uses the zooplankton to sustain itself with the photosynthesis. And
oh my gosh, we have some amazing tiny fish. I kind of want to sneak up and get a view, but I don't want to block the people. We're going to just do a quick little zoom in because there are some very cool small little fish. Just quickly. We're going to zoom. Look at these guys.
And we hope to see you soon.
The camera does not want to focus for me. Oh. And they're all nestled in here. Do you guys see these? These little critters? All right. We'll zoom back out because I don't want to. We'll sneak out of the way. So there's a lot of coral here. Coral actually builds its skeleton. It forms these little crystals. It builds its skeleton out of, on the outside. Sorry, I'm trying to get out of people's way, chat. So it builds its skeleton out of, it forms a crystal. Ooh, that was a lot of spinning, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be a little more mindful. Okay. So it actually forms this, I mean, okay. The people who are really into mineralogy can argue with me if it's a biologically created crystalline structure, is it actually a crystal? Okay. Well, we can argue about it, but the fact is it has a crystal structure, and the coral actually builds the skeleton for itself, and there are little polyps that live inside the coral, and those polyps are actually the coral animals. So coral is not a plant. Lots of people like to think of it as a plant, and I can understand. It has little symbiotic critters in there that help it photosynthesize and take food and nutrition out of the environment. Is that coral alive, or is that built of skeletons? I believe the coral is alive. Skeleton coral is usually white. So when coral is really stressed, it releases its little symbiotic critters. It turns white. And if it doesn't recover, if whatever's stressing it out doesn't recover, the polyps eventually die and it just leaves a skeleton and it's entirely white. And then we also have anemones and other things in here also. So the fact that these are brightly colored tells me that it is probably happy, thriving coral for the most part. Yeah, it goes bleaching, exactly. One of the things that can really stress coral out is these extended heat waves. Not just the air, of course, I mean when the ocean itself has an acute rise in temperature and it's really sustained. And it's been taking out also ocean acidification and sunblock, like giant masses of sunblock from people visiting the reefs all at once. All of these things can stress out coral reefs, but it's mostly the heat shock that we've been thinking about when we talk about coral bleaching. We've lost a number of coral reefs, and a lot of them are shrinking in size, but they are finding heat-resistant, heat-tolerant corals. They're naturally occurring, and then they're also being selected for in some research facilities. So they're trying to repopulate some of the shrinking coral reefs with more heat-tolerant varieties. And right now it's just natural selection, meaning they're naturally occurring variants that just happen to be a little better at tolerating heat. People have discussed at some point actually trying to genetically engineer, gene edit some of them, but we're not at that point yet.
Fascinating subject. See, back in 2005 when we
seeing all the golden tang in there, a pop of yellow, yes.
10% coral coverage of the specifics. Now over the span of about 19 years, just short of 20, we are looking at 40% coral coverage.
40% coral coverage is what they have in this area, for those of you who could hear it.
And while we are very proud of that, and it's a tremendous growth, it does show how
had a red tide this year. Yeah, that can be a big issue. Yeah, Great Barriers being stressed from chemical runoff of agricultural chemicals. Yeah, anything that messes with water chemistry. And you might think, well, I was just talking about heat, but honestly, elevated heat changes the water chemistry as well. What the percent of dissolved gases are, which affects the acidity. Oh, and we have a cranky munchkin, so I'm thinking maybe we'll swap. I think maybe I might go somewhere and give her some food. Guys, I'm going to swap with Belinda here.
I'm going to ask her to find the battery pack so I can charge this guy.
Okay, well, let's trade.
All right, hi y'all. Lita's going to find the battery pack while I have the munch.
I think put her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go out and give her some.
Okay. The white battery pack should have the attachment if you pop it out that it can hook up the mics.
Okay, I think I'm I'm going to leave you with that to make sure it's done.
Okay.
Actually needs sunlight in order to thrive. Because part of what makes it grow is zooplankton.
Let me know y'all if please if you can hear me okay.
So that's how you can
Tyndall, how are you?
But if you have any other questions, please feel free to come by and ask. I'd be more than happy to answer. Otherwise, we hope you have a fantastic day here at Georgia Aquarium.
No youth, Tyndall. How dare. Nope. I have the new mic. Nope. Yep. Hi, Yogurt. NMD, hello. I haven't been able to say hi to you guys. Just hooking up a battery, guys. We'll be up in a sec. Oh, I think it's charging without, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we need it. I'll just leave this in my pocket. All right, y'all.
The same number as different species of fish in Ocean Voyager. A much larger exhibit than this one here. Ocean Voyager is about 6.3 million gallons. This is about 30,000. So quite the difference between the two.
Still, y'all, 30,000 gallons is nothing to laugh at.
Now, so of those fish, my particular favorite is going to be the
In
bird
the
wrasse.
center area. We're
It's
going to try to find a place
specifically
to sit
adapted
down.
to
If I
living like
can't,
a coral
I'll text
with
you.
So if you go to the center
now,
area,
also getting some
and
different
then to the
crevices
side is where the
that
cafeteria
a
is.
typical
There might be
fish
chairs
spotter
there.
would not be able to.
All right, y'all, let's
You'll
go
recognize
continue
it by
exploring.
its blue greenish hue, as well as I said, the very long snout near the
Also, guys, make sure to follow Yoga Gerald,
front of its head.
a supermodel in the country of Canada, from Saskatchewan to Quebec to Montreal and more. Oh, Duke, I have no idea. Remember, Duke is soft. I am not the mathematically wizard. Coming up here, y'all, we have the peacock mantis shrimp. This is the one that has club-like claws, capable of delivering a swift punch to both predators and potential prey. It's considered to be one of the fastest movements, and it's considered to be able to break a glass. Thank you, Cass. There is the visual image that we normally see associated with these. Oh, there it is, y'all. There's that mantis shrimp. That really, really pretty coloring. There we go. There it is, hidden away. Yeah, these are the punchy ones, Tyndall. I know we're not spending too much time on each of these, y'all. It's just because there's a line forming behind each of them, so I don't want to spend too much time on them. But at least for us to get a look at it, we can always screenshot it and talk about them later. This one these are soft corals in here. A nice neon color under this wavelength of light. So these are not true reef builders because they don't have the calcium structures that are important for the reef building elements. So again, these are soft, still part of the coral family, but these aren't the ones that you'd introduce to be building the reefs. Hi, John Kilo. We also have a giant clam y'all over here. Oh, here we go, y'all. These are the giant clams. And they're open, too. Which I think is really, really cool to see. Check that out, y'all. I know there's fish in there, Thindall, but hold on. There we go. So the diet of these are sugars, proteins produced by the zooplankton or algae living along in the tissues. These are Indo-Pacific. They can grow up to 4 feet and 550 pounds. What would cause them to close? Stress. So if they felt like there was some kind of predator in the area, Thindall, you know, to protect themselves, because that squishy bit is what goes after them. So now we have some sea snakes here, the garden eels, as they're better known. There are several hundred within a colony of these. Hi, Moonrise Rabbit. Queen Moonrise, how are you doing today?
What is that?
So these usually eat drifting plankton. And normally in the wild, you'll see a couple of hundred of these in a colony. Will those namas? I don't believe so, Thindall. They eat plankton that's just kind of floating just around in the water, and they just grab some, you know, as it's floating through. Cleaning that, enjoying watermelon. Ooh, Moonrise, did you put... Okay, so Moonrise Rabbit. Here's a cool thing with watermelon you could do. Drill a hole into the watermelon and put some extra juice in there, and then cut it the next day. Hi, Silly. Silly Hat Man, how are you doing? It says... All right, we're getting some audio. Check, check. Can y'all hear this one? Do we have the audio? Yes. Okay. Good. I just switched. I switched the microphone. We should be good now for a little bit. Little tired from the week. Also, we're doing all right, Silly. Yesterday the zoo was a lot of fun, and today we're at the Georgia Aquarium today, exploring all manner of fish. Neil, hi, welcome, welcome. All right, sorry about the spinning, y'all. All right, y'all. So we just finished with the tropical exhibit. Give me one moment. I'm going to grab some water real quick, and then we'll continue on. Hey, Thindall. The audio was intentionally gone because you did not need to hear me have a swig of a beverage. Unless you really wanted to. I mean, Thindall, it's okay if you want to hear me have a beverage. All right, y'all. Munchkin and Lita went to go get a snack. So I think what we're going to do is just do a little meandering in the shark area, maybe. Should we do the shark area? Probably shouldn't. Is the snack made out of fish? I don't think so. We brought some snacks. We did bring some snacks. So that one, Sam, we'll go back. I had to duck out because there was a line forming at the sign. But basically, it just had like little, it looked like clownfish. And it looked like there were a couple of other fish there too. But wow, astronomy show. Guys, astronomy show is very, very funny. And very misbehaved. Or Jason. Jason just tries to be silly, really funny. And then he ends up causing trouble. All right, y'all. So I'm just zooming on around. I think what we might do, let's take a look at one of these containers in here, and then we'll zip around and try to find Lita. All right, chat. How we doing, y'all? There we go. Look at that. We didn't move far, Sam. I actually reconnected the Wi-Fi. It disconnected us automatically, and so we reconnected the Wi-Fi, and now everything looks like it's good. I did the bonding, so we're all set. Look at those fish. All right, y'all. I know Lita wants to come back into this zone. She's got a bunch of facts for y'all, but I'm just giving y'all a teaser. Just doing this little teaser here. I got a movie about Velocipaster. Oh my god, Findall. That sounds hilarious. We've got a bunch of the hammerheads in here. So there's a black-tipped shark too. I think we're just gonna zip around, y'all. So we can check out the next zone. I know Lita's got a bunch of sharks facts for y'all. Yeah, so Chris, this is like one of think the biggest aquarium in the United States. There's a freshwater zone too. I heard Lita telling you all about. That'll be a lot of fun to check out. Here we go. There's a hammerhead too. Fourth biggest in the world. Wow, nice. You're cool, Silly Hat Man, actually. Silly, I still chuckle so much at the name. How you told us you got your name with having all those silly hats in college. There we go. Here's a hammerhead coming towards us, y'all. Yeah. I think it's a lot of strawberry show. It's pretty packed today. That, y'all. Audio's wonky. It says it's still connected. Sorry about that, Larky. I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, it might be just the zone that we're in. It's not flashing spikes. The color looks like it's set. I think it's because the Wi-Fi kept trying to reconnect. Alright, y'all, we're gonna continue on out. I'm gonna go find Lita and the Munch. as we circle on around. A bunch of huge viewing tanks. Cracking robotic. Alright, y'all, it's reconnected again. Let me know if it sounds any better. It might honestly just be the reception down here. But it's allegedly reconnected. Well, I mean, astronomy show, you told me to go in it. I did toggle on. I guess I could unplug its mic and replug it back in. That was the one extra thing. Lovely. Yeah, we're trying to zoom out and see if it's any better once we exit this area. I wonder if just like the concrete and glass and everything is so bad, like thick, that it's just like messing with the audio. I think so, Goldenak. Yeah, we had a white tip there. First time chatterer. I used to talk into a floor fan in school. Yes, Rusty. That is something that does happen. Welcome in. Alright, we're gonna test the audio once we leave this area. Alright, chat. We're leaving the shark area. Any better? Better or worse? Do I need to do a full reset? Better or worse? Still lucky? Alright, give me one sec. Hold on, there's apparently some kind of audio stuff. Okay. Here, Munch, you want to say hi?
She does not want to say hi, chat. She's in a state. She is in a state, chat.
She didn't want her healthy snacks?
She did not. And they're not even that healthy. She has homemade gnocchi, chat, homemade noodles, and cheese cubes. And she's like, I don't think so. And then she has cantaloupe. It's not like I'm feeding her just broccoli. I mean, although she's a good broccoli eater, but I'm just saying. Today's lunch, she's not having. She just wants cheddar bunnies. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, cheddar bunnies are pretty good. Cheese cubes. She has cheddar cheese cubes.
We did a quick walkthrough of the shark exhibit.
Did you stinker?
No, just
Chad, he didn't save the
just a
sharks
quick
for me?
just a
How
quick
could
walk.
you let him do this, Smikes? Chad, I'm holding you personally responsible for this. I'm outraged.
But I thought I'll go ahead and go with something on the upper level until you text that you're ready.
Yeah, I can give us another 5-10 minutes. I'll
Okay.
text you. And then let's go do the sharks.
Okay, sounds good. All right, y'all. I miss adventures. Yes, we are, Thindall. Then I'll have a second phone in my hand as well. Queen Kimmy. Hi, Kimmy. Kimmy, you just missed Munchkin. Munchkin needed a snack break. So she's having a snack that is comprised of some kind of, I don't know. All right, we got to go the other way. Some kind of cheese bunnies. Kimmy, how are you doing today, madame? Guys, everyone go follow Queen Kimmy right now. Queen Kimmy is what we call a besto friendo. She is a legendary gamer extraordinaire. You give her a fancy shout out in 26 seconds. Kimmy, lovely stream this morning. Also, Kimmy, yesterday Wolf followed us. I was so silly excited. I do too. Smikes, do we have by chance the fancy thing ready for Kimmy? I don't know if I did not have a chance to make it. We should make that with Kimmy's merch link and Kimmy's all these fancy things. Guys, go follow Kimmy right meow. She did say she's going to have face masks available on her merch store as well. Coming soon. No, Kimmy, we're not. Kimmy, Smikes and I were so nervous yesterday after you rated us. We were like, oh my God, like we're not worthy of this. Like we don't know what to do. And it was just the whole thing, Kimmy. It was a whole thing. We were very, very scared and nervous. Also, thank you very much for it. No worries, Smikes. No worries. I couldn't remember if it was like we already had it done kind of thing or what. All right, guys. Should we go to the cold area? Let's go. Let's go chilly. What, Kimmy? I got really nervous. I told you Wolfie followed us, and I was like, I don't know what to even do. I'm like really scared now. So this is a kelp forest, y'all. Half moon, kelp bass, swell shark, opal eye. California sheephead, and Garibaldi. Got him here. There will be penguins, Chris. Chris, do you remember Robert the Penguin, Chris TS? That plushie? Robert is from here, along with his family. But we're unable to purchase his family as plushies. Alright, y'all, if we can find it, this exhibit has the Japanese spider crab. It's right there. Check that out, y'all. There's some more in the back. I don't know if y'all will be able to see.
What's that?
Right there, do y'all see that one? I wonder if this little... No, he definitely can't see it like that. But right back there.
There's the crab.
Yeah, Andrea, these get pretty massive. There used to be out... So this can... It's over 1 meter that it can grow, Andrea. They used to have a bunch back there. And I'm not sure where they ran off to. Oh, here's some of my favorite animals at the aquarium. Thank you for the tip, enough for a plushie. Thank you so much for the $10 dono. All right, y'all, any guesses? Yep, it's the beluga. There's a seal in there too. Whoa. Hi, Mako. Welcome in. How's it going? There is an upper viewing area, y'all, that I think could be easier to see these guys from. Smuckers, welcome in. Andrew, how are you?
If they were to move to colder areas, they would eat a lot more, their metabolism would slow way down.
Whoa, check that out, y'all. So there is some beluga research happening at the Georgia Aquarium. A lot of looking at the intelligence of these creatures too, and other conservation efforts. Part of it is funded by the opportunity to go backstage and go swim with the belugas. We obviously are not doing that this trip. We tried to get the opportunity to chat with the researchers, and we were pretty close on getting them, but then I think it's because it was a holiday weekend, they thought they wouldn't have time.
They are extremely valuable. And they can talk. They can make 11 different sounds that our ears can hear. And we're on the other side of a 13-inch thick acrylic window, and it's a very busy day, so you can't hear them through this window. But they make little pops and whistles and squeaks. If you were standing next to one when they make one of their sounds, it would be as loud as if you were standing next to a car and somebody was blowing the horn. So sound carries really well across the surface of the ocean. And so for thousands of years, belugas have been calling to one another across the surface of the ocean.
They're so
And
pretty, all.
so for many, many, many years, sailors have been hearing them calling to one another.
Even better than
Miles and
Ramon.
miles away sometimes. And so long ago, sailors nicknamed beluga whales the canaries of the sea because they could hear them whistling, and they still call them that to this day. And while you're here in Coldwater Crest, be sure you visit with our southern sea otters, our giant Pacific octopus, our weedy sea dragons, the big-bellied seahorses, the sand dollars, the puffins,
There it is. There he is.
African penguins. And thank you so much for spending part of your holiday with us here at Georgia Aquarium.
Y'all, they're so beautiful. But yeah, they've been doing a lot of target training with these creatures, meaning that's like, you give them a shape of a certain color, and they'll know to respond to it, allowing them to monitor like medical progression on these creatures, intelligence. Apparently, these creatures and dolphins really like to watch cartoons. The study is not the cleanest done, but it is an interesting one. They seem to have an attention for cartoons if you play it for them. Here's a seal. So Sam, just in the one study, it was again not really well controlled because they didn't do replicas, they didn't do different cartoons. They did Gilligan's Island and SpongeBob. And if you they sat in front of SpongeBob and they replied to it.
The creature that just passed in front of the window is not a beluga whale. That was a harbor seal.
It's a harbor seal.
Seals and the blue whale
Yep, Golgana.
friends.
They're friends, not food.
Often swim together. They've been buddies for years. We have 3 harbor seals. We have 5 beluga whales. They play together quite well. I've seen them play chase before. I've seen the beluga whale chase the harbor seal.
I know, Andrew. It's kind of wild that it was only sea-based humor.
They both were as happy as can be.
You guys go follow Andrew CZ, Greco-Roman God, workout streamer, technical wizard.
This is a large habitat.
Hi, Optic.
This is an 800,000 gallon habitat, but it extends beyond where we are seeing right now.
Optic, how are you doing?
Behind the rocks on the left, there's a channel.
That beautiful beluga.
On the other side of that channel, there's a third section.
I hope to take swimming with Munchie swimming with these guys one day. Been lurking and enjoying. Thank you for being here, Optic.
Because they're taking advantage of their entire habitat.
Let's go. We're going to walk to the upper level, y'all. We're going to see more belugas. We have a better vantage point on the upper level that we can check out. Me too, Putrick. As with a wee lad. And yep, as y'all said, the melon focuses the sound. For echolocation. This would be the perfect time for the echolocation redeem, y'all, but we do not have it, unfortunately, today. Oh, doesn't work, Andrea. Sorry to say, Andrea, no, it doesn't work. Y'all see she tries to vanish? There ain't no vanishing for Andrea Noir. All right, y'all, we got some sea otters here. These are the southern sea otters. Thank you, Astronomy Show. For Golganak, this is very important, chat. These are our southern sea otters. I Nana Banana. Jackie Jacob, how's it going? Welcome the heck on in. No, there's an above view on these guys too. So we're gonna go try to see the above view as well. See some faces. We have a section here that's simulating the Alaskan Rocky Reef. And I think it's in this tank, y'all, that there's an octopus. Raiders. Oh my god, Lana Lux. Queen Lana. Queen Lana, welcome the heck on in. Y'all, how was the stream? Guys, go follow Lana Lux right meow. She's making the video game Strain. She is an amazing game dev. She's actually the queen of game development here on Twitch. Please, please, please go follow Lana. Mods, if y'all wouldn't mind dropping the link to Strain from the Steam store. It's an easy wish list, y'all. It's free to do, and it's a great way to help our friendos out. Guys, please go follow Queen Lana Lux. She is one of our besties here on the channel. For y'all coming in on the raid, Lana, thank you very much for raiding. My name is Balint, 1/3 of SciAnts streams. The other 2/3 are actually off having a snack. That's Lita, my wife, and our daughter, baby Alona. Lita and I have our PhDs in molecular biology, and we do science content every day of the week. This past 2 weeks, we've been doing IRL streaming. Today, we're at the Georgia Aquarium. Yesterday, we were at the Atlanta Zoo. The day before that, we were doing some botanical garden. Tomorrow, we're going to a field museum and more. So welcome on in, everybody. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you for all the follows as well. We're currently outside of an octopus tank. And we're trying to find our little octopus friend. I believe he's in the corner coming into us. But we've been talking about the science behind these amazing creatures. So everybody, welcome on in. Lana, we just saw the beluga whale. Actually, Lana Lux. Lana, you just rated, madame. Would you like to see a beluga whale? Oh, hold on. Here we go. There is the octopus, chat. Right there is the octopus. Remember, y'all, they have essentially brains in the arms. That's why I'm able to react so quickly. Not this octopus, but a different one. A different aquarium actually broke out, y'all, from its container. Would go over to the neighboring tank, eat fish, and then go back the next day. So these are some of the smartest creatures in the world. Very short-lived, unfortunately, about a year to 3 years. But there is a beautiful close look at our octopus. Yeah, Raiders, we've got a bunch of different species here today. We've got everything from sharks, beluga whales, penguins, and more. If there is anything that you'd like to see, please let us know. We are at the biggest aquarium in the United States, 4th biggest aquarium in the world, and they even have 2 whale sharks on exhibit. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you all for those follows coming in as well. And again, guys, please go wishlist the game Strained from Lana Lux. Lana does the entirety of the game dev. Live on stream. Thank you, Lana. Appreciate you so much for the raid and for everything that you do. She is the queen of game dev, y'all. Please go follow her. There is no game dev more fancy, more famous than Lana Lux, y'all. Go drop her the follow and please wishlist the game Strain. She is truly one of the most incredible game devs I've ever had the pleasure of seeing. And she's also just all around hilarious. Great stream, great place to hang out, great vibes. Go follow Queen Lana. And for the Raiders coming on in, we were just looking at the beluga whales. So there are our beluga whale friends. We're going to go up to a higher vantage point, y'all, and check them out from a different angle. But let's see what we can do. So we were trying to look at Daggett on Twitter. Hi, Daggett. Daggett, you always wanted to visit the aquarium? Well, welcome the heck in, Daggett. How's it going, friendo? Thank you for the resub, Daggett. Very, very much. Thank you. Daggett, how are you today? All right, guys, in 3 minutes, we can give Lana a big fancy pants shout out. Until then, we are going to give our friend Daggett a shout out as well. Daggett on Twitch. I got to meet IRL at TwitchCon twice now. That's how fancy I am. Gem of a Human, PowerPoint presentations, video games, exercise, and more. Go check out our friend Daggett on Twitch. In the meantime, we have some weedy sea dragons here. These are always a crowd favorite. The males are also the ones that take care of the babies here, but not in the same way. Not in the same way, chat. In the middle room, yes, there are whale bones. When we go up to the top, we'll take a better, closer look. The big wall tank. The real name it. Yes, we will go check it out. Big wall. You got it, EM Audio. We will be going that way again. We will be going to the big tank. But so y'all, the males here carry the eggs on the tips of their tails until the eggs hatch. Not in the same way the seahorses do. The seahorses have a specialized pouch for the males, but here the males will have a little pouch at the tip of their tail to carry the eggs. I know, right? All right, y'all. Let's go get Lita. Lita says she and Munchkin are ready. Before we do, I wanted to show you all two things. Murph, thank you for the resub, Murph. That's your two. Thank you, Murph. Murph, how are you? These are the sand dollars. South African stuff. I think so, Sean. We have the sand dollars here. Murph, how are you doing today? Thank you for that resub. Let's also get a fancy shout out for 56 seconds, and we can give a shout out to Lana. Jada, thank you for the 100 biddies. Oh my god, y'all kicked off a choo-choo. Thank y'all for kicking off that hype train. That's the Pacific Sand Dollar. All right, let's go ahead and go find Lita and the Munch. She said that Munchie is as ready as she can be. Andrew, thank you for the resub at tier 3. Professor CZ, thank you very, very much. Guys, thank y'all for all those subs coming in. Remember, each one of those subs is now a 70-30 split thanks to y'all helping us hit the Partner Plus program. Thank y'all again very much for that. And there's the shout out for Queen Lana. Go drop Lana that follow right meow, y'all, if you have not already. Queen of game dev is Lana Lux. Wolf Gamer, thank you for the follow. Guys, we're on a level 2, choo choo. We're working on that level 2. Speaking of 2, if Winsing is still out there, it's Wednesday plus 2, and now we're on a level 2 hype train. Alright, Munchkin should be up there. There she is. There's the Munchkin. There's my beautiful baby. There's the Munchkin. That beautiful smile, chat. All right, Lita, we got a raid from Lana Lux.
Lana Lux, thank you so much for that raid.
And now we're currently on a level 2 choo choo.
Oh my goodness.
Andrew giving us 200 biddies for the baby.
Thank you so much.
Baby bits. All right, y'all, we're loading Munchie up into the stroller, and then we're going to continue on. We saw a really good view of the octopus.
Oh yeah, did you warn people? Because we had some...
Sam did the warning.
Okay, thank you, Sam, for doing that for us. Keeping everybody safe and happy.
Misadventures, thank you for those 39 biddies as well. All right, y'all, we're hooking up the munch. Jaded Fairy, thank you for the 100 biddies. Guys, we do owe y'all raffles, but we will do raffles upon our return back to the office. We'll have so many raffles upon the return, y'all. All right, Munchie strolled on in, hooked on. Guys, also go check out our friend Misadventures in Astro for more astronomy needs that you might have. Munchkin does have a book, y'all, that she got from her Uncle Adam from SeaWorld. Yeah, we saw the sea dragons. Jada, thank you for the 100 biddies. And Jackie Jacob, thank you for the subscription. Thank you, Jackie Jacob. Well, we didn't finish the exhibit, so I think we can go that way, no problem.
Do you want to go there first, or do you want to...
Yeah, let's go there, I think. We looked at the lower level, the belugas. Oh, don't worry, Golganak.
Tell them about the cool metabolism study.
I have not. Do you want to take over the cam and give you a mic? Golganak, we will do the upper view for you as well of the otters. I know how much you enjoy them. I want to make sure that we get you some good otter views, Golganak. Thank you, Epictus. Appreciate you very much. There's Munchie. What do you think, Munchkin? Munchkin has lots of thoughts, y'all. Well, then, Jada, we double have to go.
Where are we going?
I think down to go to the belugas. Do you want the cam or a mic?
When we get there.
Okay. Currently working on a level 3 chew. 3 minutes to go. Hi, Ash. Ash, we are on the way back to the... We're on the way back to the leafy sea dragons, next to which was the seahorses. But Munchie was ready to continue her adventure, so I came back to grab the Munchkin. I travel the world. How you doing, Travel? Travel, there's the munch. Whee! They do have a few books. I didn't look and see closely in the center part here. There's a little.
Chat, she will have to get a book.
Oh yeah, we had a dono called "Enough for a Plushie," but I don't think that they would be upset if we went for a book. Possibly. We're doing well, Travel. We've been having a lot of fun today at the aquarium. We saw the whale shark, which is one of the big centerpiece exhibits. Currently going back to the beluga whales. There's actually a beluga whale interactive experience that they have.
Where are we going?
Well, I was going to go there to Coldwater Quest. There we go. All right, y'all. There's Munchkin down there. Wiguchi, awesome. Thank you, Professor CZ. Thank you, Spike C's, Laura Gale. Lita does have some facts about these creatures for y'all.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're all fixed now. Do you want to do your facts? I'll give you the mic.
Yeah. I wonder if we can do the dolphin show at some point. I don't know.
You should go to that gallery now.
Yikes.
If you have reservations for the 5 2
Hi, guys.
too long to go to that one either. It's a small venue.
Yeah.
Don't want to go to
Munchkin has been enjoying the beluga whales, you guys. Samara Fate, today we're visiting Atlanta. Oh, sorry, Samara Faye. I thought that was a genuine question. I'm sorry. I ruined it. I ruined it.
Which means that they have to breathe air. But they don't breathe their air through their mouths or anything.
Someone knows where you are. I know. All right, guys. So the aquarium has been doing some interesting research in partnership with some of the academic institutions nearby, trying to understand the biology of the beluga whales. One of the questions is about their metabolism. How much energy do they burn, and therefore what is the food consumption they need? What are the limits to their diving based both on their energy and the amount of oxygen they're able to have intake at one time, because metabolism is not just energy, but it also changes how you use the gases and stuff. So in order to test this, they had to teach the beluga whales to dive and do a bunch of activities while inside sort of like a little bubble. When I say a bubble, I mean like a plastic little dome over their head. It wasn't affixed to them. It was just the trainers had to teach them to let this thing follow them around. And it would follow them around doing a bunch of different activities. And based on the amount of CO2 that was produced, they were able to determine how their metabolism was changing and what the limits to their diving and different behaviors were. And one of the things that they were able to figure out because of this is that sudden disturbances, like sudden boat disturbances and things, cause a flight diving that increases their metabolism very suddenly. So there's some interesting information about that. And then it also helps them understand what kind of food is going to be needed during their winter period. It was really interesting in the fact that they were able, I wish I could show you guys these devices that they were able to train the belugas whale to dive in. When we get back, we'll pull up those images. It's just extraordinary that they were able to get the beluga whales to cooperate, because the Georgia Aquarium is one of the places where they don't force any of the animals to participate. They try to encourage them with different incentives, but they don't force the animals. So the fact that they were able to get these guys to be entirely cooperative enough so that they got completely a complete set of data enough to analyze is pretty extraordinary. It's been done with walruses as well. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really cool research that they're doing. Munchkin is very excited.
While you're here and Coldwater Crest, be sure to look for our southern sea otters, our giant Pacific octopus.
Oh, we have a few other guys joining. Hang on, who do we have up here? That's not a beluga whale, you guys.
And thank you for joining us here at Georgia Aquarium. The music should be starting in about 15 minutes. This evening it is soul music.
All right. Let's go up and see the sea dragons. Flint, do you want to stay here with Munch, or do you want to?
We'll catch up.
Okay.
Put on the battery, I think it's like 30%.
Okay. I'll loop back in a few minutes. Oh, chat, I forgot our water bottle. How ridiculous is that? I think it's sitting in the garage by the car. Yeah, Munchie is enjoying the beluga whales for sure. Southern sea otters. All right. Alaskan Rocky Reef. I know you guys have seen a lot of this. We have the octopus. We'll swing back for the octopus just in case. Oh, and we have sea stars. All right, we're gonna come back in a minute. We'll come back in a minute. We have the leafy sea dragon. These guys are amazing. So they're kind of lumbering, or at least that's how they look, and that's actually part of their defense. The fact that they don't move quickly and in a particularly directed motion, it's a defense. It's similar to how the sloth are very slow moving, to the point where they actually can't be fast moving, even if they wanted to. So these sea dragons, so it's a part of camouflage. So they have all of these protrusions, decorative protrusions, and then the way they swim is designed to make them look like they are just a floating loose piece of seaweed. And I think you can appreciate that if you just, when we stay zoomed out, and you can just kind of see them bumbling along. These guys are in the same family as the seahorse and the sea pipes. Signanthia, I believe. They have similar offspring pair in that it is the males. I'm going to just move over somewhere a tiny bit more quiet, you guys. The males are responsible for the brooding process. So the female gives the male the fertilized eggs, and he takes charge of that. And that's similar to seahorses. But these guys notably lack the prehensile tail that seahorses have. Fishman, welcome the heck in. This is your spirit animal. I love sea dragons. I can stay here all day. So their little fins, oh my gosh, I wonder if I'm going to be able to get a zoom in here. Their little fins on the back that are actually responsible for their movement, and then also up by their neck. Can you guys see that? They're almost transparent. They're meant to be invisible. So that's the only part of them that really has an active, directed movement, and they don't want that to give away the fact that they're not a floating piece of seaweed. Then no, these are dragons. Dragons. Even cooler than horses. And I'm a horse girl, so it takes a lot for me to say that. Fishman, welcome the heck in. Fishman, you're streaking. Thank you for streaking with us. Thank you so much for streaking with us. Okay, Valent said that there are seahorses nearby. I could stay here all day, but let's go look at the seahorses for a moment. And we can check out their prehensile tail. Let's see. Big-bellied seahorse. They should be in here. Oh, look. Here we are. And we can check. Oh, look at those tails. So you guys, this is how they stay anchored. Is those crazy little tails. You can see they use it to wrap around, or this is probably not as good of a view. Can you see this one? Thinking about, there we go. It's latching itself on right now, winding its tail around, anchoring itself. So it just looks like it's a floaty bit of the seaweed, floaty bit of the plant life. And we have this other guy. So again, they're similar in that the males are responsible for the brooding. The female passes the eggs to the male. And he carries them until they're ready. Until they hatch out and they're ready to be little tiny itty bitty seahorse fry. Listen, I think a seahorse is really cool, but those sea dragons, y'all. Let's see, is there any... I don't know where they are in their mating cycle. I don't see any notes or anything about it. Which one looked like he was carrying a bunch of eggs? I probably missed it. They are among the largest and fastest swimming seahorses. Does his job stop there? Does he interact with the baby seahorses back there in lunches? I think after he's carried them around for a while, he's pretty much done with them. He's pretty much done with them. Samara Faye, these are, I can't tell. These are big-bellied seahorses, so they already have kind of an awkward shape, but it is possible that some of the males are doing what the males do. It's entirely possible. Yeah, after birth, I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. There's not a lot of extended care after that. All right, let's go back and check out that octopus. Uh-oh, we have puffins and maybe even possibly penguins coming up in a minute. I'm sorry, we just got to stop here again, you guys. Just for a minute. Look at these guys. Never seen a seahorse that plump before. Yeah, I haven't either. I'm used to seeing much smaller seahorses, though, as well. Just bobbing around these silly sea dragons. All right. We're going to go check out the octopus. So if anybody wants to avert their eyes for a few moments, you, by all means, feel free. I thought I saw him around. Okay, we do have starfish. If nothing else, we have starfish. You guys, starfish are ridiculous for so many reasons. If they lose an arm, they can regrow it. They're not quite as regenerative as like a planarian or something, but gosh, I mean, I can't do that, right? We'll hang out and look at some starfish for a minute. Starfish are also crazy because they have itty bitty tiny mouths. So if they want to eat something big and they can't, easily stuff it in their face, they will actually take their stomach outside of their mouth and start digesting. They wrap their stomach around their food outside of their mouth and start digesting it. Yeah. They just flop their stomach out their mouth.
Oh, look at this starfish.
Oh, Laura Gale, thank you for that. See, I don't know enough about seahorses as I should, apparently. The male keeps the newborn seahorses in his pouch until they're comfortable with the ocean's salinity. He tends them for another 21 days. Although male seahorses don't usually provide further care or protection after this, the protection they offer during pregnancy results in fairly high survival rates for baby seahorses. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I was thinking about leaving the pouch. But look at these little feet, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted right now. A sea star's gotta eat, I know. It's just what a way to do it. Could you imagine if we were just like at the dinner table and instead of forking and knifing it, we just flopped our stomachs out and started digesting? All right, where the heck did this octopus go? I was promised an octopus.
No way.
I think this is the only octopus. They have urchins here too, really extraordinary urchins, you guys.
It's supposed to be red.
No, but they can change colors.
No, that's a starfish. Where is it?
Guys, I do not see. There's an octopus somewhere. At least I'm pretty sure there is. I think this is him. I saw him floating around on our way past. Maybe we'll stop back again. The octopus, the cephalopods in general are really cool. A lot of them have the ability to change color and camouflage. They have iridophore. They have different layers to their skin. Iridophores and chromatophores are different layers containing these specialized cells that help them change color. But what's really interesting, and camouflage themselves, different patterns and different colors. But what's really interesting is we don't think cephalopods have particularly good color vision, if at all. And so there's ongoing research to figure out how it is these guys then are able to properly match their color with the outside. And what we think is it's not their central nervous system isn't processing the area around them and then making the decision. We think it's more of a reflex. And so there might be sensors in the skin is one of the thoughts. They just know. But how do they just know? Have I lost Bulent? I may have lost him. I got distracted looking at sea dragons. All right, guys, we're now hunting for Bulent.
Hello everyone, welcome on into Coldwater Quest. Just another quick reminder for you guys that we do have our 5:15 sea lion show coming up soon.
5:15 sea lion show. We didn't make reservations for anything checked because we weren't sure how long we would be here. And I think normally you don't need them, but given how busy it is. You guys, have you seen Bulent? Is it just me? Have I walked past him in Munchkin? Oh, at the upper level at the belugas. Okay. Thank you. He walked right past us, you guys. We'll scoot on up there.
On any given day, a sea otter is going to spend about 20% of their time using their claws and their teeth.
Munchkin loves the belugas. Well, I'm glad. I love the belugas too.
If they do a good
It's
job,
hard not to love a good beluga.
they
They have Beluga Interactive, behind the scenes special activities you can do here, which I imagine would be really cool. I think Dory, Bulent's sister, got to do that one time, and she said it was magical. Of course it's magical. I joke about finding Bulent in the tank, but I suspect he wouldn't go scuba diving even if given a free lesson. I don't know. I'd do it. Oh my gosh, penguins, you guys. We're going to have to come back and look at the penguins. Look at these. I love penguins. Okay. We're looking for Bulent and Munchkin, though.
Whether a penguin is male or female, just take a look at the identification beads on the upper right wings. Closest to the chest is pink, or is male. And if it's pink, that's a female.
Let's see, penguins. So we think penguins adapted to the water, left flight behind about 55 to 60 million years ago, I believe. There was that period of the giant penguins. I mean, the truly monstrous penguins. We're upstairs with the belugas. I'll stop chattering about penguins now. Munchkin seems deeply amused, you guys, deeply amused. We're gonna do a little Munchkin viewing for a moment. You guys can appreciate exactly how excited she is. She's very excited, chat. Very excited. We drove past the otters. They weren't hanging. I think they were in the very top of their exhibit.
Yeah, so they were right next to the glass on the upper part.
Yeah. Debs, how you doing? Look at these guys. All right, let's just check in with Blint and see what he wants to do, chat. Blint, do you want to hang out here? Do you want to see sharks? I know you already took people through this exhibit, so I don't want to bore them too much.
We didn't look at the penguins or the sea otters.
You want to do the penguins? Okay.
I can show people that.
Do you want to take them through, or do you want me to?
You're good. I'll sit with you.
Okay, Bullet wants to sit with Munchkin for a few minutes, so we're going to go back and look at some penguins for a minute, you guys. I love penguins. I'm stupidly enthused for penguins, always. All right, Balint said otters and penguins, I think. So let's take a peek at the otters. I have some feels about otters, you guys. I mean, I love them. They're cute as heck. Don't get me wrong. But they do some dark stuff. Did I pass them? No. Sorry, chat. Tufted puffins. There's no right side up when you hear a little white whale on the go. I know. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm going to hold off on sharing my somewhat dark facts about otters, guys. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. They're cute, but I have some very deeply mixed feels about these guys. Oh my gosh, look, we have a little sleepy guy. Holy moly. Just snoozing away. Just snoozing away. Almost all of them are napping, chat. Oh, we have one awake one. One has woken up and is floating over to go bother its little friend over there. Everybody else is just in rest mode. Uh-oh. Oh, trouble is not gonna. Smikes, I don't think it's just their fat content. It's not just their fat content that helps with the buoyancy. I don't know specifically for otters. Some of it's going to be their bone structure. Some of it is going to be the amount of gas they can maintain. And then, yes, of course, it's going to be fat. In fact, a lot of sea creatures have particularly fatty livers for similar reasons. Yeah, some of the sea otters will hold hands while they're floating so they don't separate. It is really cute. They have a very dense fur that traps air. Thank you so much, Jackie. I feel like that's something I probably knew at one point, but here we go. I mostly know terrible, disgusting stuff about otters, so, which, like I said, I'm refraining from sharing right now because they're cute and furry, and let's just appreciate that. We're going to go. What do we have here? Hang on. We have skulls. I have to go look at skulls for a moment. Oh, look. They're advertising Seafood Watch also. I mentioned this in the beginning of stream, guys. I didn't know that they were on board. But Monterey Bay Aquarium curates a list on seafoodwatch.org if you want to know if the seafood you're eating is being collected sustainably. I know, I'm always taking you guys to look at skulls whenever I can. All right. Let's go up and check out some penguins for a minute.
Welcome to our cold water quest. As you come up the ramp to the right to see the southern.
Okay, here we go, penguins. penguins are little interesting creatures. These are African penguins, I do believe. There was some research done at the Cincinnati Zoo. I believe it's concluded. But they were trying to demonstrate optimal water to land ratio in these habitats, these viewing habitats. And based on the research, they had little like QR tags. It was on little blue penguins, I believe. But they repeated it, I think, with African penguins. They were able to demonstrate that the amount of water they need, the ratio of water to land, should be pretty great. So people who are designing these habitats like to have more land because it's better viewing for us people, but it's better for their mental health and also for their feet, actually, if they have more space for swimming. They want to swim more often. Uh-oh, low bit rate. All right, are we back? Do penguins sleep standing up? Sometimes they can. They can. You see these two guys resting, though. I think it depends on what they're doing. These guys over here, we can zoom in. They're resting. So penguins actually have dense bones. Unlike, birds that need to fly, it's all about staying lightweight. Penguins don't need to do that. They're not concerned with it. They want to be optimized for flying underwater. So they have denser bones now. And it's also the way they molt has changed also. Birds of flight try to lose their feathers a little bit at a time. At least, with the exception of the juvenile molt. But when they're adults and they're trying to replenish their feathers, they lose a few at a time, and it typically is symmetrical, especially if they're doing their flight wings. Penguins are different, though. Penguins just get it done all at the same time. They'll randomly puff out. They look ridiculous. Get their new feathers in, usually right before winter, but I don't know that that's every species. What is your favorite species of penguin? I think maybe the little blue penguins because they're ridiculous. It's hard to say. I just love a good penguin. I just love a good penguin. All right. Let's go back up here. Check in with Balint, see what's going on. Munchkin still seems deeply amused, which is impressive. Still amused. I thought she was going to be sleeping. She was halfway sleeping after she finished her cheddar bunnies. She's also supposed to be hydrating, chat. She has a little medical work getting done later tonight. She's supposed to be hydrated, and I'm having a hard time getting her to drink much of anything. Huh?
How are we on battery?
We are at 15%.
15? Should we go to the next area?
Yeah. Do you want to trade for a bit, or what do you want to do?
Or should I mic up to what's easiest?
You tell me. Is the mic charged? Sorry, chat. We're just technical. It is? Okay.
Oh.
I need to get some
go.
water at some point, so I might give this to you for a moment so I can at least find a fountain.
Okay.
How's Munchkin? Do I need to fill up her bottle?
I haven't given her anything.
It wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go down with you and then I'll run off for a brief moment.
In that case, could you hold on to this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, chat. I'm taking you back for a second.
Did you see these two penguins here in the little cave?
Yeah, we zoomed in. Some resting penguins.
I don't know if you heard, but they said that you can sex them based on the bands that they have. So if it was a pink band on its feet, it was a girl penguin, and a blue band is a boy penguin. So you can actually look in and see.
I know, but I did hear that, and I didn't pass it along to chat because that's not particularly helpful. I mean, I think African penguins have a little bit of sexual dimorphism, but it's not abundantly obvious. I think it might be more behavioral than anything. And by that, I just mean
these guys. Oh my God, they're so active.
They are waking up a little bit. So by sexually dimorphic, guys, I just mean that the males and the females have different appearances or have dramatically different behaviors, etc., etc. And telling me that the zookeepers sexed them and put little tags on their feet is not as helpful as telling me how one might identify differences. Like the one Robin Williams voiced in Happy Feet. I've actually never seen Happy Feet, but I'll take your word for it. They're floating around a little bit. Having a little bit of a fun time. I know that the camera is focused more on the glass than the otter's jet. I'm starting to wake up though. Rowdy little critters. Alright. I'm gonna go find where Blunt went. We'll take a look at the, gosh, I can use my words. We will take a peek at the schedule at some point, the aquarium schedule, and see if there's a little event or show that we can see, that we can fit in. Like I said earlier, we didn't end up making any reservations. You know, part of that is because we're just usually on Munchkin's schedule. And second of all, it didn't really cross our minds that this is a holiday weekend. It's the Friday of a holiday weekend, so it might be incredibly, incredibly busy.
So a lot of people say that
Also, I don't know if you guys got a good look at this, but guessing this is whale skeleton, although I can't tell you. Oh, there's a placard up here. I was going to randomly speculate about the species, but I think there's a placard that will actually just tell us. This is a demonstration of a whale fall. Whale falls feed the ecosystems of the lower ocean, of the deeper oceans. Their bodies will float, filled with gas, and wash ashore, float along and fill with gas. Like giant squid when we recover them, something similar, but more often than not, they just fall to the bottom of the ocean. And that helps feed the ecosystems of the lower ocean. They're actually dependent on whale falls. And I guess I was wrong. The placard is not telling us what species this is. Whales do have beautiful songs. You know, 100 years ago, whales were considered incredibly dangerous, like just terrible creatures. they had as bad of a reputation as great white sharks do, which was undeserved for them and is undeserved for the great white shark, which I'm sure we'll talk about as well. I don't know if you guys have heard, but the great white shark is sort of being rebranded as just white sharks, which is confusing because there's a species of extinct shark that I believe is also called the white shark. So if you hear me going back and forth between the two, it's probably just because I'm not entirely settled on what I should be calling them just yet. Shark biologists that I've spoken to call them white sharks now. I'm just not sure that's entirely in the vernacular or not. Yeah, we apes wanted their oil, yeah. But they had a huge PR shift, right? A lot of that had to do with, the whale songs and stuff that people were recording. Changes in attitudes in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Okay. I'm going to hand you guys off to Blit. I'm going to get myself some water as well as Munchkin, and I'll be back.
I think after that I'll get some water,
Okay.
and then we should switch cameras.
Okay, I'm turning it.
All right, y'all, let's start on the next exhibit. I'm going to jump into the next exhibit. All right, y'all. We're going to the River Scout next. Into the River Scout we go. All right, y'all, we have the red piranha here. All right, y'all, there's the red piranha. I know, right? The piranha's just not having it. Right here, maybe piranha. Oh, we have the long-nosed gar. The are living fossils. So remember, we talked about that genetics paper where we were looking at how much change there was over time. And there was not a lot of molecular change over time with these creatures. So this is further on up. We've got them, long-nosed gar, and I think down below we've got some different fish. Long-nosed gar up here. There we go. An actual living fossil, undergoing very, very slow molecular changes. To the point where 70 million years of divergence still allows them to mate. We have the gar, which the living fossil that we talked about.
The long-nosed gar is
Yeah,
here?
yeah. So that's it.
You don't want any water? Really? Yeah.
And then we have a smallmouth buffalo in here as well, it's called. And Chad, that is down right there.
Did you tell folks about the study and everything?
About the what?
Did you chat with folks about the study?
We were recounting some of it, yeah, just as you came up. There we go. There's some more of the gar, y'all.
Yeah, so guys, the long-nosed gar and the alligator gar diverged as species 120 million years ago, and it was discovered that they can still interbreed and make viable offspring that are fertile, which suggests they don't have a particularly large barrier between the two species. And as a point of reference, horses and donkeys diverged about 4 million years ago, and yes, they can produce an offspring, but that offspring cannot continue on to have children. That offspring is not fertile. And they discovered that this is because the gar are very genetically similar to each other, and they have a very, very slow rate of genetic evolution. Their mutation rate is extremely slow, and there are lots of molecular reasons why this could be the case, and there are some researchers looking into it, but I think probably it's just that they have much better proofreading than other animals do.
MJ Builds, thank you so much for those gifted subs. Thank you very much,
so
MJ.
much.
Thank you, those 5 gifted. Thank y'all very much. Thank you,
And
MJ.
so having a fast rate of evolution can actually be advantageous. So having really crummy proofreading when you're duplicating your DNA to pass on to offspring. Smikes is gonna get at me for this, but learning viruses, but I have the fastest rate so that they can rapidly adapt to their host, but at the same time, they can just poof themselves right into extinction also if they get too many disadvantageous mutations. And the gar have gone, 7 fish have just gone in the opposite direction.
We're at 5%. We need to switch.
Okay, you guys, we're going to switch over for a minute. Do we need... Alright, I gotta move with her for a minute. Chat, can you hear us? Are we back?
Are we Gucci? Welcome back. All right, cool. We're lit. We're live. Sorry about that, y'all. No idea what that was about. But I got some water, so that's something. Our audio should also be okay. We've hooked back the fancy audio. Thank you, MJ. MJ, also thank you for those 5 gifted. The overhead view on these is so cool, y'all. If viruses poop, that's a great question. Let's see. This is a Georgia setup here. This is another Okmulgee River exhibit, similar to what we saw at the zoo yesterday. Doesn't give us any fish IDs on this. This is the Okefenokee in South Georgia is the largest swamp in North America. State fish of Georgia is the largemouth bass. And then Amicola Falls is in Dawsonville, Georgia's tallest cascading waterfall east of the Mississippi. I know, right, Smikes? I love the anti-scuff bot. I can disconnect a different phone, hook up a different phone, and no one's the wiser. This is the River Cooter. I think our friends Turtles and Chill would very much enjoy this. Y'all, this is one of my favorite parts just to look up at. With the occasional fish that we have swimming over us. Oh, there they are. Do you remember what those are called up there? Those white crocs?
No, those are American alligators, I believe.
Okay.
I don't think they have crocodiles here. I turned my mic off though.
We have some fish in here, y'all. The African, it's a jewel cichlid. I think this is the African red-eyed tetra. One of hundreds of species of tetras, it says. The jewel cichlid is next to us. Let's go look at the jewel cichlid, y'all. There are the jewel cichlids here.
You found the elephant nose.
Wait, is this it?
It said in here that there should be.
I thought this. Oh, is this not the cichlid? It said.
Chat. Has Valent found the elephant nose fish and he didn't come get me?
No. Where was the placard?
Chat.
Where was the?
I don't know.
Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. No, I have not. Y'all, this is what we're looking for. No. We have not yet seen that. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm looking. I'm hunting for that fish. Hello, Alex. Lena, I don't know where they are.
That is very disappointing. Very disappointed. I was hoping we'd get a better view of the alligators also.
There's the upper view.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll take a peek at that. Is that easy to get to?
I believe so. There's the African tigerfish. Oh, here we go. Y'all can see the stripes, I think, pretty nicely. Those are sub-Saharan Africa.
Munchkin's just a little fussy from doing the circuit.
The small otter used to be in here. No small otter for that one, y'all. Then we can get to the upper level, and then this part has an upper level we can go to.
Okay, and then are we gonna go do the sharks? Because it's getting late.
Yep.
Can you lift her for me? Munchkin is bobbing along to the music.
She does love music, y'all. She's a musical baby.
She is.
"10 out of 10 for accessibility," says Sam.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's just a small lift.
I do think there is another way to get there. It's just more convoluted and has to go through the loud part, the loud section even more. Which Munchkin is enjoying the music, but I think if it's too loud for me, I imagine it's too loud for her.
All right, y'all, on our way to the upper part of the exhibit, I believe.
Allegedly.
Or is this not going to dump us out there?
Uh-oh, chat. He may have lied to us.
Oh, it looks like, you know what it is, Lita? See over there? I think we need to take that elevator to get up to the upper floor. We can just go to the sharks instead.
Let's go do the sharks for now and then check in on the time.
Okay.
Because there are dolphins we haven't seen.
Are we able to see the dolphins?
There's a dolphin area. I don't know. Chat, he's acting like I know this better than he does.
Y'all, she 100% knows better than I do. There's an elevator we can take down. Staff only.
All right, let's do it.
What's staff
I
only?
don't know. There's a little. It's cordoned off.
Yeah, I know. I said staff
okay.
only.
Oh, it does say staff only. Sorry. All right, here we go. Whee, Munchkin. We'll go check out some sharks, you guys. Talk a little cool shark biology. And then we'll...
I do like the pink walls. They're pretty cool. Color changing.
They are cool.
Oh, I think it has donors' names in it.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think we can just go down this way. And it loops around the stage.
I'm going to hustle. I'll meet you over by the sharks. I just want to get past this noise.
Thank you, MJ. We love having you here. Lita's just mushing forward, y'all, to make sure to get Munchie out of the musical zone. Thank you, MJ. MJ will be live with more IRL stuff for the next little over a week still, for our 2.5-week trip. That's where we'll have to take Munchkin. There's so many plushies. Yeah, so Sam, that elevator isn't connected to the area we were just at. That's an entirely separate elevator. All right, since you have all the shark facts, do you want to take over
I
the
don't know that I
gateway?
have all the shark facts. I'm just excited to talk about sharks. Well, it's acting like I'm a shark expert over here, and I'm definitely not. But okay.
So just so you know, last time we went in here, the sound got a little wonky.
The sound got
for the
wonky.
audio.
Okay. Well, we'll try it, chat. We'll see what we have. Okay, we do have sand tiger, and great hammerheads. Should
Yeah. Oh, it's low now.
Yeah, but I think we're running off of cellular only.
Let's give it a shot.
Hey guys, we're gonna try. We're struggling along. Their Wi-Fi seems to be down, so we're struggling along a little bit here. Thanks for sticking with us through this chat. I know it's been a little bit silly. All right, we have hammerhead sharks here. Hammerhead sharks are one of the shark species that have to move continuously in order to keep breathing. And another really cool thing about them, which is really bizarre, is that they suntan. I know they're hanging out there with some tanning lotion and a little magazine. Okay, no, but actually they darken in the sun. And the reason that's shocking is because there are very few animals that we know of that actually suntan. Us squishy humans, being one of the notable exceptions. And the way this study was done, it was accidentally discovered. And the scientists, nobody believed them. And so they finally ended up doing a full proper study on it. They got a bunch of juvenile hammerheads and they put small little plastic squares on parts of their fins. And they expose them to, moderate sunlight, an expected amount of sunlight, but they kept these little plastic tags on them. And then after 2 or 3 months, I don't remember the exact time frame, but 2 or 3 months, they took these off, they took the little tags off. And they demonstrated that they had become significantly more pigmented. And then we have sand tiger sharks. I think that's what is swimming way up at the top. Sand tiger sharks are sort of notorious, you guys, as being particularly brutal. The sand tiger female can only support a single fetus, but she has multiple eggs that are fertilized, and whichever one hatches out first inside the uterus, and so it's still a fetus, it swims around and gobbles up all of its would-be siblings. Happy Wednesday +2, Wednesday. It's a particularly brutal little story, fun factoid about those guys. It's not true for all species, though. I've heard people throw that out there. It's just been a little bit overblown. I mean, it is super metal. It's crazy, but it's not every species. That doesn't happen with every single species. Just like the sharks don't get cancer story. That's not entirely true. Sharks can get cancer. It's just much less common in them compared to other vertebrates of their age. And they think maybe it's because, slower metabolism, maybe they deal with their reactive oxygen species a little bit differently. Golden Neck, we appreciate you hanging with us so much. All right, let's see what else we have. Although I'm always happy to stand here and just stare at the hammerheads. I was telling you guys about their remarkable ability to heal, and that's in part because their mating rituals are so brutal. They just need to have a way to heal up quickly and recover after that so they can have a safe and effective pregnancy. So they've developed this. They have a bunch of interesting immune features, but one of them is the protective coating, the mucus-like layer coating they have on their skin. Antiviral, antimicrobial, so when they do get a big laceration, like an open wound, this mucus just pours in, fills it, acts kind of like an antiseptic kind of Band-Aid almost. I need to see this dark science fact. Oh my gosh. I am a little bit ridiculous. Look at these guys. And so they have significantly reduced rates of cancer. It's not 100% clear why. I mean, there are plenty of hypotheses. I know there are at least 2 labs working on discovering why that is. But some shark species are also really, really long-lived. There's a lot of information we just don't have about sharks, at least sharks in the wild. So the sleeper shark, which is a deep, cold water shark, was recently aged at 470 years old. I mean, it was dead, but that was its age, final age, and that makes those shark species the longest lived vertebrates that we've identified. And it's kind of ridiculous how they age these sharks. You can't just ask it. They look at the lens of the eye, and a combination of tracking like radioactive carbon bursts from like the 1950s when we were testing nuclear weapons, along with that and the actual rings that grow in the lens of the eye, they're able to approximate the age of the shark. Smikes, they don't close until 9. But yeah, I think we're gonna need to skedaddle out of here sooner. Or is it 8 tonight? 8 or I think it's 9. Hammerhead sharks don't live quite that long. I think they're more in the ballpark of 40 years. Their heads are really distinctive, as we know. That's where they get their name. And it's a little bit open for debate. The current thinking is rays are one of their favorite foods. They've started to kind of specialize on them, and their mouth is even sort of at the bottom of their head structure, and they think it might help with tracking. Sharks are actually all good at least close range electrical sensing. So in the water, especially, you can detect small changes in electrical currents. And so they can track small movements of prey if they're really close. And they think maybe this head structure helps, but it's a little open for debate. I know, can't you just ask them? No, Smikes, I appreciate you. We appreciate you, Smikes. These guys are crazy. I think I see Blint and I think I saw Blint and Munchkin on the other side. We're gonna just peek around. We're gonna keep walking for a minute. And then shark. We've talked about this a bunch, and those of you who hang with paleontologizing know this about the shark teeth. Shark have rows and rows of teeth that are constantly coming in and being replaced. That's one of the few things that actually is easily recorded in the fossil record as far as sharks go. Speaking of the fossil, because their bodies, their bones, their skeleton actually it does well. Ooh, look, we have a bait ball going, you guys. A bait ball. There's fish at the center. Let's see if we can get a different view of it. Here we go. So speaking of the fossil record, it seems as though shark evolved about 450 million years ago. So that is about 100 million years before trees came to the planet, right? Evolved on this planet. About ballpark 200 million years before the gosh darn dinosaurs. Sharks have been in this solar system longer than Saturn's rings, y'all. They've certainly been a heck of a lot longer than us gooey, ridiculous friggin' primates. Hopefully we won't be the reason they vanish from the planet just because we happen to come along. Sharks have a really bad reputation, obviously. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. There's a lot of efforts to kind of change attitudes about them and preserve these guys. Why are the fish doing that? I don't know if, I mean, it's a schooling behavior. And sharks, predators can encourage it, but I think they're just schooling. And then when fish, like I know dolphins do this a lot, when they're getting ready to eat, they just drive that bait ball tighter and tighter and tighter, and then they go plowing through the center of it. And I know a number of shark hunt that way as well, but I don't think that that's how hammerheads hunt. And I know that there are also tiger sharks and sand tiger sharks. So I think I don't know if you guys have heard these statistics, but the chance of being attacked by a shark is it attacked or killed by a shark? I don't even remember. I think it's like 1 in 3 million. And I just have some notes about that, you guys. I have some real notes about how they run statistics. I don't want to make it seem like sharks are particularly dangerous, because they're not. Okay. You know how they calculate that statistic? They'll tell you you're more likely to die of a skydiving accident than you are to be eaten by a shark, to be killed by a shark. And that's true. But let's just think about how they're running these numbers. Do you know what my chances are of dying in a skydiving accident or winning the lottery are? Both of those are 0, because I do neither of those things. Right? And unfortunately, when they're calculating risk of shark attack, they're just saying, I don't know, there were like 3 deaths last year from sharks, and there are, or was there, yeah, something like that. And then they divide it by the population. And I'm like, that's not reasonable, because not everybody is in a position to be encountering a shark. It's an unreasonable way of running the statistics. Does that make sense? Like, for instance, there were 10 skydiving deaths last year. I looked this up while Munchkin was fussing. But you can't just say 10 skydiving deaths. Your risk of dying in a skydiving accident is 10 skydiving deaths divided by the entire population, because the entire population is not going skydiving. That's not an accurate risk, right? If half of the people died during skydiving accidents, like half of the people who went skydiving died in a skydiving accident, which is not the case, but I'm just hyperbole. Come with me. Tolerate my hyperbole, please. It would still be a ridiculously low chance of dying in a skydiving accident, because the vast majority of the public are not going skydiving. So what the proper way to do these statistics are how many people died in a skydiving accident compared to how many people went skydiving, or more specifically, how many times did people jump out of an airplane and go skydiving? All right, that's a reasonable way of doing statistics. So at a minimum, and yes, okay, you can't determine how many times a shark was close to a beach and what these encounters were, but I think you need to at least be considering how many times people were in a beach where they could have encountered a shark. I just think it's bad statistics. It's a bad use of statistics. It's lazy. But that being said, those are my feelings on the statistics. The overall assessment of sharks are really not interested in going after humans, and it is just an accident. They have made a mistake, or a human has done something profoundly silly and ill-advised, is usually the case. Mistaken identity or human silliness. I mean, in 1994 in Brazil, a human was killed by a dolphin because of extreme human silliness. Look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh. The tornado of fish. The fish are schooling, and it seems like the sharks are just messing with them a little bit. They're forming kind of a bait ball. This is just fish. These guys schooling fish just to do this. And then if there were a shark in here interested in snacking on these fish that I don't know that any of these species would be necessarily, they could tighten up the ball, you know, sort of herd them a little bit more, and then they go straight through the center, and it kind of increases their chances. That's actually one of the ways humans tend to get nabbed by a shark, is just they're underneath a bait ball, surfing or whatever, and the shark just has no idea that they're getting a human foot. Are there any goblin sharks in captivity anywhere? I don't know. No school for you. There are none here. I do know that. I know great white sharks are extremely difficult to maintain in captivity. Most places don't even try it, at least in the US. You should watch Playing with Sharks, the Valerie Taylor show. It's about pioneering scuba diver Valerie Taylor, who has dedicated her life to exposing the myths surrounding fear of sharks. Interesting. All right, we have to figure out where Balint is. Oh my gosh, you guys, he was right there. He's right there.
Munchkin and I have been looking at some sharks. She likes to point at the hammerheads.
Is that true, Munchkin? Do you want to point to the sharks for us? I think she's kind of at her limit here, you guys.
Munchy. It's coming, Munch.
It's coming, Munchkin.
Oh, there it is. Wow, Munchy.
Yeah, there, she got it, chat. She was a little late on the trigger there, but she did get it. All right. I know I have a lot of other shark stuff that I could talk to you guys about, but I know it's getting a little bit on the late side, so let's maybe continue on through.
What are you thinking, Lita? Should we do the ocean voyage walkthrough and then we round out? I know you wanted to do a few shorts.
What time is it?
6:13.
Okay, yep. I think that sounds good. Maybe we'll do a little abbreviated something. Oh, guys, we have another great shark viewing area here. I could just stay here for hours and talk random shark nonsense with you guys, but we're going to just keep going. Samara, Faye, you have a migraine. I'm so sorry. I actually have a little bit of a headache coming on, but I suspect that it is partly the loud noises and partly that I haven't had enough water today. Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed it. Could somebody repost for me? I get so easily distracted. Sometimes chat floats away.
Yeah, could y'all repost that? We actually can't.
We can't scroll back into chat, so if I miss it, it's gone, unfortunately. What is the evolutionary benefit of the shape of the hammerhead's head? It's a little bit debated, of course. Whoa, hang on, chat. I'm going to wait to answer this until this music is gone. right, guys, can you hear a little bit better? We are starting to get away from the music. That started up very abruptly. It's still loud as heck, though. I don't know if you guys can hear.
That Lego whale shark is really cool.
All right, guys. Look at this. Look at that, you guys. Amazing. Okay, so we were talking the hammerhead head shape. And like I was saying, as with all things, it is still somewhat debated. But they think it helps. We know that sharks can detect changes in nearby sort of the electrical fields. When they get really close to getting their prey, they actually have a little strong lid. They essentially close their eyes because their eyes are so close to what they're biting. They need to protect them. And so they switch over to this electrical sense, electrolocation or some such thing. And they think that the shape of the hammerhead's head makes that sort of supercharged. That's the running theory, and they think it helps it get its specialized kind of prey.
Sounds like the audio is messed up. So the way to reset that is just unplug the adapter and then re-plug it in.
Can I borrow a hand? Can you hold this steady? Alright, you guys, are we back?
Should be reconnected now.
Are we better? We tried to reset it. You guys let us know if we are still not in a great place.
Better? Better or worse?
Or no change. Yes, better? Okay. Amazing. I told you guys when we started we were going to do some fish identification, but I got to be honest, y'all, I think we are just plumb out of time. Something to do when we come back. I mean, we could spend all freaking day just in this little tunnel. Shipwreck Robolito. Let's see what's happening with that potentially mating pair of sharks, shall we, that we saw at the very beginning? See what they're up to. Saphira's mama, welcome the heck in. Well, I'm going to go up to that big viewing area. We're gonna go see what's happening over here, you guys. This aquarium has too many C8s. I 100% agree with you. I mean, I will say, I think it's amazing that so many people are excited. It gets people engaged with ocean conservation. I mean, this is all important. Why have an aquarium if not to get people engaged? But also, I really prefer to come to places like this when they are on the off times, to say the least. Glued with gold. I'm glad you guys were somewhat able to follow along. I've been talking so much, and also I think a little bit, yeah, we're both mostly better from that cold, but between the constant talking and the cold, I feel like I'm losing my voice today a little bit. Okay, come on guys. I know I didn't pass it. Somewhere is this viewing area where we were before. All right, here we go. Here we go, you guys.
That might make you think that you can eat whatever you want to with this habitat, but despite having such a big mouth, his esophagus is only about the size of a U.S. quarter, maybe the size of a ping pong ball max. So each on
all right, you guys, we didn't get to hang out in the shark area enough, but I have some like properly gross shark facts, and I feel like I have to share my favorite one with you guys. I think I'm going to do a short on this one. Smikes, you tell me if this is appropriate content for a short. So when humans eat something funky, you know, like those nachos aren't sitting well with you, or you have a sharp piece of a pretzel sticking into your tummy and it's causing some tummy aches, you don't have a lot of options. It's reverse peristalsis, really. Your muscles kind of flip into reverse mode, and you know what happens, right, chat? You know what happens. Okay. Well, sharks are eating all sorts of spiny, sharp, bony snacks all day. All right, they don't have time for that. They don't have time for what us squishy, ridiculously evolved primates do. So a lot of shark species can completely invert their stomach. They just flop it outside of their mouth and release whatever bony, spiny bits out into the ocean that they don't want to pass through their lower digestive system. Yeah. And there are even a few species that can do the same out the back end. So if something happened to get its way through the stomach and is hanging out in sort of the lower intestine area, just a little aversion right out the anus. Clears it right out. So on that note, everyone's like, please give the camera back to Valent. I know, you guys. This is what happens when you hang out with me for too long. Actually, a shark in captivity died when it did that, because normally they do this in the privacy of their own little dark, secluded area. But it was in an exhibit, and I guess when it was averting its intestines, a jack or something came up and bit it. It bit its intestines and punctured them. Yeah, I know. We're just going over here. I'll wait until Valent gets back and then makes his way around here. So we did have sharks doing a little bit of a mating display earlier. There was a lot of biting, and one floated down to the floor of the aquarium. Hey, did you know the plural of aquarium is aquaria? Yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't like it. But, you know, language. What am I going to do about it? Big shark. Yeah, there's the whale shark here. The whale shark up here. They are filter feeders. They're the largest living fish species on the planet.
Now, for anyone who maybe just recently arrived, welcome to Ocean.
Yeah, whale shark.
If you'd like to get down
Not a whale, but it is a shark. Even though it filter feeds, kind of akin to the baleen sharks. Baleen sharks, baleen whales. And manta rays, yeah.
Now, if you'd like to sit
Yeah.
on the floor, you're welcome to do that, but I do request that you go ahead and move as close as you possibly can to the viewing window before you take a seat.
I also have a whole bunch of really gross facts about dolphins, you guys, because I wasn't sure if we were going to make our way to the dolphin exhibit, but that's probably for the best. Everyone's probably had it with my shark facts.
Additionally, we do have a couple benches and those small alcoves in the back of the room. If you're wanting a slightly more quiet zone. One other thing I do want to mention is all the way on the left-hand side of this room, that is where the exit of the room is.
So some of the sharks we're seeing here, in addition to the very large whale shark, there are several swimming around. They also have the black-tip reef shark, which is actually pretty easy to notice. Its name is fairly descriptive. Yeah, it told us otters had a dark side. It didn't tell us what it is. Are the dolphin ones even legal for Twitch? You know. All right, let me tell you one of the PG dolphin facts. How about that? Let's bust some myths. Let's call shenanigans on a few things. Have you guys heard this business about dolphins? Listen, dolphins, we have a lot of stories about dolphins, but have you guys heard the one about dolphins messing with pufferfish to get high? Have you guys heard this? Thresher shark. I think so. Let's see. They don't have enough. They do have them here. I'm assuming they're in this display. Oh, and that's the black-tip reef shark swimming by. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay. So that account, that story that is now actually made its way into scientific literature has never actually been studied. It's entirely based on one single observation in a BBC video where they saw dolphins messing about with a pufferfish. It was kind of squinting, but they were shining lights. The camera guys were shining lights in the dolphin's eyes. Apparently dolphins just squint when that happens. I mean, I would do it. So, I mean, dolphins are jerks, and they were most certainly messing around with the pufferfish. But there's absolutely no evidence that they were doing so to get high. And there have been a few references to this in the literature, but if you trace them back, it all goes to this one single observation. And there were just a lot of assumptions made. I'm not saying it's not possible. We don't even know if the toxin of the pufferfish has any kind of effect on dolphins whatsoever. It's never been demonstrated.
Manta rays, like you here, and our whale sharks, those guys are both target fed. Target feeding is a process where the animal care team member shows the animal.
I mean, it could still be true. There's just no evidence for it, right? Just do the work, scientists. Just do the work. Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, one last. This is sort of dark, but not directly about sharks. You guys have seen Sharknado, or you're familiar with the film, I hope. The premise, as you might imagine, is it's a tornado of sharks. Tornado of sharks. And they come out and eat people and things. All right, so that can't happen. I don't think anybody needed me to bust that. But do you know what has happened? Tornadoes of frogs and separately tornadoes of fish. Sometimes the fish and the frogs land intact and alive, and sometimes it is frog and fish body parts raining down upon you out of a little cyclone or something. Yeah. Yeah, it is so fake, but could you imagine raining frogs? I'm going to say no thank you to that one also. Do not Google it. Don't Google it. There are videos of people getting frog parts rained upon them. This is not one of the situations where the frogs have a soft landing. Don't do it. You've been warned. Maybe they could pick up tiny sharks. Maybe they could pick up the tiniest of sharks if they're already picking up a bunch of fish. But I don't imagine they would last. It's certainly not going to be sharks gobbling people up. I am wondering where Balint is. I don't know if Balint is monitoring this or not. Hey, Smikes, if you're there, could you ask Balint where he is? I don't have my phone with me. It's on the stroller. I just don't want to have missed him, and I'll come meandering back his way. No, Yogurt Gerald, don't do it. Well, if it does turn out to be Jude Chainsaws, we'll have a boom in sales. NMD, I'm sure that did help. We'll see. Mr. Dr. Balint, where would I find you, sir? Oh, sitting in front? Oh, he is here. See, he just didn't tell me, chat. Unbelievable. You guys were just hearing me ramble about gross shark facts. All right. Oh. All right, I'm going to hand you guys over to Balint.
How's it going?
Good. What are you thinking? I'm thinking we should probably get Munchkin a snack, and if we're going to do any shorts, do shorts.
Yeah. So we should maybe rate a Reno out?
I'm thinking maybe. There's a lot of other stuff to see here, chat, but Munchkin's I think it's a multi-day event, which is always cool. It gives us a reason to come back with you guys. Maybe I'll unleash my gross dolphin and otter facts on you that time. The sharks have had enough of it.
I think it sounds good. I think we wanted to do some shorts anyway. We can get Munchie a little snack. We can get her a book. I think that's a good call. Will you hold on to this while I find us our location?
Do whale sharks have teeth? They don't, or not in the sense that we think of when we think of sharks. They're filter feeders. So they're just scooping up the water and getting the little tiny bits out, the tiny tasty bits out. Munchie told me she really wants a hammerhead plushie. I mean, that if they have one, that could be doable. Oh my goodness, here we go. I love these guys. Look at the little schnoz on this guy. We're gonna have to zoom in just so you can get a look at his lovely face. Look at that little schnoz. Volganek, thank you so much for hanging with us. We have some fish shenanigans going on. We did see the green sea turtle in here earlier. They do have some rescue green sea turtles. Some that weren't able to be released, they keep here. Otherwise, they try to rehabilitate them and release them. The aquarium has had a few really big successes recently. We have some fish shenanigans, more fish shenanigans.